Jays fans, when we get a good start from a starting pitcher. Blue Jays win 3-1 over the Tampa Bay Rays and improved to 45-42 on the year. And they head into the All-Star break with a much different feeling. I wouldn't say mindset because you're still only 3 games over 500, but a much different feeling. Can you imagine going into the break, having lost 4 in a row, getting swept by the Rays, now being 8.5 back of those guys, and only being 1 game over 500? The mentality would just be terrible. But you get a great start from Ray, you get some timely hits from some unlikely sources, your bullpen shuts it down, and you get a W. Now, the Blue Jays, 3 games over 500, 45-42, only 6.5 back of the Tampa Bay Rays wherever they sit in the standings. That 2-game swing is huge. So let's break down this ball game. Top of the 3rd inning, because that's really when the offense got going. Danny Jansen, of all people, gets a hanger from Rich Hill, 71 mile an hour right over the middle. You really can't miss that. And he didn't. He crushes it to left field for his 4th home run of the year, putting the Blue Jays in front 1-0. But we've all seen this before, right? We've seen this 1 run, great stuff. But then, as I said in yesterday's video, we talked about having a good start from your starting pitcher. Robbie Ray was fantastic. We also talked about when your team scores a run, or of any sort, you want a 0 in the next half inning. The Jays didn't get that in the first 2 games. And after those runs were scored in the following inning after you scored a run, you didn't get anything going the rest of the ball game pretty much. So what happened after that Danny Jansen solo home run to give your team the lead? Robbie Ray goes out there in the bottom half of the 3rd and doesn't allow anything. Put your offense right back at the plate. Quick inning, let's go, here we go, right back on the bats again. And what happens in the top of the 4th? Santiago Espinal hits an RBI single to right field. In comes Teoscar Hernandez. Then Kevin Biggio hits a sacrifice fly to center field. In comes Gurriel. The Jays tack on 2 more, and it's a 3-0 Jays lead. It ain't rocket science, people. When your offense is feeling good with the Jansen home, especially from an unlikely source in Danny Jansen, you put up a 0 in the next half inning, get right back on the bats again. They're fresh, they're fired up, they're ready to go. You score 2 more. It happens more often than not, Jays fans. It's insane how much it happens. And we talked about it in yesterday's video, how it hadn't happened in the first 2 games, and we went the other way. How we scored runs. 1 run, and then they scored runs, and then it was just like an onslaught the rest of the way, and you get your rear end kicked in. Today, the Blue Jays put up a 0 in the bottom of the 3rd, and then you score 2 more in the 3rd. You're up 3-0 at that point. Now, obviously, Robbie Ray puts a 0 up in the next half inning, and then you don't score in the 5th, but it doesn't happen all the time. So you have a 3-0 lead at this point. We have seen this before. We're all kind of just sitting here waiting, though. But Robbie Ray, 0 after 0 after 0 in the hits column, goes 6 1/3 or 6 2. I think it was 6 2/3. I think it was 6 1/3. No hit innings. That is insane. And then he gives up a double to Yandy Diaz, almost a home run, but the fan reached over. It wouldn't have been a home run anyways, but it was a double for him, and that was a crucial point in that game for me. Because think about it. You're in your mindset as a pitcher. You have a no-hitter going, right? You're fired up. You give up that. You're kind of bummed out, right? You're kind of rattled. Well, some pitchers might cave in at that point. Robbie Ray, not a chance. Settles down, gets out of the inning, and with no runs across to keep the 3-0 lead for the Toronto Blue Jays. Then, bottom half of the 8th inning, get Tim Mayza going out there. He did a great job. He's been fantastic lately. And then Brendan Lau off of Jordan Romano. It's a solo bomb. Romano also gives up a single to Yandy Diaz, but closes it out, gives up the 1 run. But that was it. Picks up his 7th save of the season. And the Blue Jays win it 3-1 down at the Trop. Oh, my goodness. It's beautiful. You know what you saw today, Jays fans? You know what you saw? You saw a great start from your starting pitcher. Your bullpen was good. You had a home run, an RBI single on a guy who was short. He was short to the plate and hit the other way, and a sacrifice fly. What? And he played half decent defense. Oh my goodness! It's like a breath of fresh air. And I'll say it again. That is a great way to go into the All-Star break on that type of note. As much as the record's not great, you lost the series and whatever the case may be, you can definitely take positives, especially out of a game like this. And let's talk about some stats here real quick, all right? So the Jays only had 6 hits today. The offense throughout the series was not good. But if you're going to be a great team in this league, if you're going to be a playoff team in this league, you're going to have to pitch. Pitching and defense goes a long way, right? We talked about in yesterday's video how your starting pitching wasn't good and your bullpen wasn't great. You were giving up a lot of runs. And it was just an awful last couple days. Give a good start from your starting pitcher. You get some timely hits. Your bullpen shuts it down. You got a W. It's beautiful to watch. But like I said, 6 hits in the game for the Blue Jays. They only struck out 5 times. And the player of the game offensively, Santiago Espinal, 3 for 4 in the ball game with an RBI. And this kid is growing on me more and more every day. I mean, he did last year and in spurts this season, right? That's why they made the move to trade away a guy like Joe Panik, because Espinal was playing well. He's a good defender. He's a better third baseman than Joe Panik was. He's a better bat, in my opinion, than Joe Panik was. So he was expendable. And Santiago, last year I felt he was overmatched quite a bit. Obviously never played in the big leagues before, so he came in, he was overmatched quite a bit. And that's fine. How are you going to learn from that? The way he shortened up on that swing in the top of the 4th, just magical, right? 2-2 pitch, 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. You can't strike out there. You just cannot. In the MLB nowadays, strikeouts are through the roof. With Espinal, he shortens up, lets the ball travel, and puts it into right field for a base hit. Beautiful piece of hitting by Santiago Espinal today. And his last hit, it was a 98-mile-an-hour fastball up and out of the zone. And he barrels it up and hits it into center field. Goes up there, gets it, nice level swing, boop, barrels it into center field. That kid is something special. We're not talking about him a whole lot over these videos because, you got Vladdy, Bo, Simeon, Springer, Teo. But a game like this, Espinal was your MVP offensively. 3 out of the 6 hits were his. He was great today. And let's get to the pitching staff. Robbie Ray, as we mentioned, was masterful today. 7 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 11 strikeouts. He was dominant. I mean, he was just flat out just impossible to hit other than the Andy Diaz, but he was flat out spectacular. Tim Mesa went out there. Like I said, he's been on a nice roll lately. He went a clean inning, no hits, no walks, no strikeouts for him, just a clean inning overall. Obviously, he had the runs yesterday, but Jordan Romano kind of inherited that. Was it yesterday? The day before? I don't know. Either way. I think it was his last outing. He got some earned runs against him. But good job, a good bounce back for him. And Jordan Romano, again, pitched back-to-back days, gave up a couple runs, 1 inning, 2 hits. The 1 run picked up the 7th save of the year. And the Blue Jays prevail. All right? So, Jays fans, we kind of we get set back now. The MLB draft is on tonight, so we can see who the Jays are selecting in the first round. Kind of see what new prospect we have in the minor leagues. And obviously the All-Star break is going to be happening shortly with quite a few Blue Jays there. Quite a few Blue Jays are going to the All-Star game. You got Bo, you got Vladdy, you have Simeon, you have Teo. Am I missing somebody? No, 3 starters and then Bo. So we're going to be watching. We're going to be seeing our boys out there, and it's going to be a lot of fun watching all that Blue Jay blue in the All-Star game, even though they're probably not going to be wearing Blue Jay blue. But the hats will be there, so that's all we care about. But it's good to see those guys out there. Well-deserved, every single one of those guys having great, great seasons. All right? Now, we'll kind of fast forward now to Friday. Yeah, today is Sunday, but that's the next ball game for the Toronto Blue Jays as the informal second half of the year gets underway. And Ross Atkins and Mark Shapiro, they're going to have a busy All-Star break. I mean, we all know that pitching is the thing we need, whether it's bullpen, starting pitching. This team needs some help, preferably in the rotation. As I will say, you live, you die with starting pitching. And your bullpen, you've kind of made some moves to shore up that with getting Mesa back, or getting Mesa back into form with adding a Simber, with adding a Richards. Baraki's on the mend and going to be back fairly soon, right? So you're going to have a half-competent bullpen. Jacob Barnes has been all right. You know what I mean? So you have some guys that can do this. Rotation-wise, obviously Ross Stripling struggled in his last outing. Do we fully trust him at this point? I understand he's been unbelievable other than that 1 start, but we're all kind of sitting here like, I don't know. Is Ryu going to be good, right? He's going to have enough much-needed time off. How's Alek Manoah going to come out after the All-Star break? Right? All these question marks with the rotation. Robbie Ray's not even close to a question mark. What do? Jose Barrios is a name that's been floating around for quite a while. Do you make a deal like that? Do you go after another starting pitcher? Or do you go after some bullpen guys? Guys, you guys go nuts in the comments below. But the next game for the Toronto Blue Jays is next Friday at Salem Field. It's to be determined for the Blue Jays. And Jordan Lyles, somehow they've already figured that out for the Texas Rangers. 7:07 first pitch there between the Jays and Rangers. The Rangers are not good this year. They're not as bad as Baltimore, but they're in that realm. And if you come out of the All-Star break feeling good, ready to go, and you lay a beat down on Texas, be a good start. All right, guys? So you know what? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and you've enjoyed the first half of the year for the Toronto Blue Jays, smack that like button to appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you've not done so already, guys. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's ball game for the Toronto Blue Jays? Twitter is down below for myself. Follow, send me a DM to all that great stuff. The Instagram link is down below, so follow up there if you have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jays Edition, unless the Leafs or Raptors decide to do something funky in the next week or so. But as for the Blue Jays, I'll talk to you guys, Jays Edition, next Friday. I guess, well, it's technically this Friday. This Friday coming up. There we go. As the Jays host the Texas Rangers in the first game back after the All-Star break. Jordan Lyles on the mound for the Texas Rangers to be determined for the Blue Jays. 7:07 first pitch there at Salem Field. Everybody, I hope you have a safe All-Star break. I know I won't be talking to you guys for a little while. It's going to feel really weird, but I hope you have a great All-Star weekend and enjoy watching our boys out there, and I'll talk to you guys on Friday.